Hello again, rail fans. It's Travis from RockRiverRails. Today is Sunday, January 25th, and we are back here on YouTube again. Took a little break for the Christmas and New Year holidays, but we are back at it. I've been doing some rail fanning here and there in Rochelle and West Chicago. Went up to Reeseville, Wisconsin a little bit as well. So we've been on the Union Pacific Geneva subdivision, the CN Lathan sub, and the CPKC Watertown subdivision since you saw us last. No real big long form video content there. I did post some reels on the channel, so check those out if you have a moment. But today is Sunday, January 25th. We are currently in Beloit, Wisconsin. We are headed northbound to Stevens Point, Wisconsin. We are going to check out the Arctic Run Model Railroad show today. So, headed up to Stevens Point. It's about a 2-hour and 15-minute drive. Not much traffic. It's extremely cold this weekend. Wind chills in the negative 20s, negative 30s. Currently, I'm looking at the temperature and it is -4 and it's 8 a.m. about. So 5 minutes to 8 a.m. We are about to jump on I-39 90 and head northbound to Stevens Point, Wisconsin to check out the Arctic Run Model Railroad show. So we will catch you in a bit. What's up, rail fans? It's Travis from RockRiverRails. Today is Sunday, January 25th, and I am in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, where it is currently a balmy -3 degrees. We're going to check out the Model Railroad show here today. It's at the Holiday Inn and Convention Center. So it's supposed to be a pretty good show. We've never been here before, so we're about to find out. So thank you guys for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoy the show. Okay, so now we are inside the main convention center. This is the ticketing area here and the lobby. And we're going to check out the exposition hall here. This is the main hall with most of the sales and a few layouts. And then a picture of that as well. Quite a big space here. Alright, so starting at the sales right away, some Athearn blue boxes here. And some model train kits. I saw this pretty cool Rio Grande sign here. So my buddy Dave would like that Rio Grande sign. And then we get into some Walther's train line for about $60 for locomotives here. I saw this Wisconsin and Southern GP9. I'm assuming it's 60 bucks and not 31. And then we have some O gauge here. Good amount of Lionel, some Rail King, some more train kits ready to roll. And then we're going to check out Carlson estate sales here next. I believe this is actually behind Carlson estate sales, but we've got some O gauge steam locomotives, some diesel, some passenger cars. More O gauge, reasonably priced here at 15 bucks it seems for a car on average. Some HO scale here. I tried to get all the prices in the images for you guys so you could see what the vendors were asking as far as prices go. Got some Packers cars in HO scale. These are quite popular at the Wisconsin shows. Some kits, looks like some Carnival and Circus kits. Some Union Pacific intermodal cars. And I believe this is the estate sale booth here. I really like those MRL SD70 Aces. And then some farm photography. A little bit of everything at this show. We have some Walther's Proto here. Looks like some passenger cars. We've got some Genesis, locomotives, BNSF, C&W locomotives. Looks like a BLI there. Athearn ready to roll. Various rolling stock, about 25 bucks on average. We've got Rapido, Athearn, Kato locomotives. I really like that CN Rapido locomotive there. There's another shot of that and the C&W and Wisconsin Central. I thought this was pretty cool. I do like the US Mail rolling stock. So an underbody shot there of that. Some more various cars scattered about. A lot of Walther's Cornerstone scenery and building kits. Some Lionel Fast Track, some more O gauge rolling stock. Very good prices. I'm not into O gauge myself, but those seem like very reasonable prices for Lionel. And then some Caterpillar construction equipment in a HO scale, I believe. So just a quick pan along this booth here. The Cat construction equipment. Various trailers and trucks and HO scale cars. And then we've got some pictures of the cars and prices. Looks like about 10 to 15 bucks on these. Various tractor trailers, scenery, vehicles. We got some Scene Master as well in the mix. And then some Athearn rolling stock. More rolling stock with prices. So a very good variety at this show right out of the gate. They had a lot of scenery and detailing items for sale. This case, trees. More Walther's Cornerstone building kits with other things intermingled. More locomotives, Santa Fe, Milwaukee Road, BN. Milwaukee Road E7. Proto 2000 series with an E7 as well in the background there. And more various locomotives. Burlington, Northern Pacific. A lot of C&W, a lot of Santa Fe. Pretty typical. And some Walther's mainline rolling stock here. About $20 to $25 per car. Lots of Walther's Proto as well, their top of the line rolling stock. Various books if you're into that. Lots of reading material. Various system line maps, magazines. Lots of DVDs, so lots of C-Vision DVDs. If you're still watching DVDs, a good selection for you. Cabooses, Athearn blue box it looked like there, or a lot of Walther's as well. Walther's Proto, dome cars, various locomotives, Burlington Northern, Union Pacific, some E8s, E9s, more Walther's Proto, rolling stock, some locomotives, Wisconsin and Southern. Looks like some Genesis there, that's pretty nice. So lots of locomotives as well here to choose from. Lots of CN, lots of CP, Union Pacific. And then a lot of passenger cars and coach cars in loose boxes. These were pretty cool. Not the highest quality there, but they still look pretty cool in my opinion. I really like that gold on the silver paint scheme there. And various mini metals and vehicles. More Caterpillar construction equipment. And then scenery items there with people. These auto racks were really nice. And more various rolling stock. This was really nice in these rolling stock boxes with the foam padding. About $10 each on a car in these car cases. So this is appearing to be a very older rolling stock. So quite old on these if you're into modeling that era. And more various locomotives. Got some Atlas in the mix as well. Walther's train line, Amtrak units, Athearn Roundhouse C&W unit, various signs, instruction manuals. We've got a Santa Fe Chief here, I believe. Not exactly sure, but that is a Lionel O-gauge. Then we had the Green Bay and Western Historical Society in town. So nice to see at the show. And then all their literature and their current calendar. We also had the Sioux Line Historical and Technical Society at the show. So thanks for showing up. Some more books here. Various rolling stock. Let me know in the comments section what you thought about the pricing on the rolling stock and the locomotives and anything else you might have seen. What do you think about the pricing? Let me know in the comments. And then Barron Railroad Books also attended. Thank you for showing up. And then some N scale, it looks like here. I'm not sure if these are ornaments or actually real locomotives. And then some HO intermodal. Various tools for your model railroading hobby. Cutters, screwdrivers, pliers, various tools that you would use if you're doing your own HO scale detailing or any gauge in that matter. Lots of tools. More intermodal containers as well. I did pick up the Maersk containers. If you follow my channel, I'm definitely into Maersk, so I definitely grabbed those. Got a nice deal on those. More weathering and scenery materials here. More intermodal. Trucks and tractor trailers. Good prices on these in my opinion. And some Southern Pacific fast freight service trailers. And more various vehicles, construction equipment here. $4 to $5 a piece. Some more intermodal trailers and containers. And back into the rolling stock. $50 on the C&W locomotive. $110 on the Kato. We got an EMD demonstrator as well. HO scale. So $50 here on these locomotives. Not a bad price. I'm assuming just DC, no sound, but I didn't get the details. Just got as many pictures with prices as I could for you guys. More locomotives. Milwaukee Road, C&W. This is going to be typical at your Wisconsin or Midwest shows. So, Athearn ready to roll. Your budget-friendly locomotives. And then other various locomotives here. And then this vendor here had a lot of buildings for sale. I think it's HO scale. From what I could tell, it was HO scale. But lots of nice buildings with very good prices here. Lots of detail on the buildings as well. So, a lot to offer if you're looking to pick up a pre-made building that's already ready to go onto your layout. I really like that Santa Fe Tower. Various industries. You got residential buildings. Good amount of N-scale buildings as well, so I am assuming that the previous pictures were HO. And then a lot of detail parts for sale, so really nice vendor here. Getting back into it, we've got more scenery and building kits, various rolling stock, coach and passenger cars. Got some Bowser in the mix here as well. Good amount of Atlas, Intermountain, and then various lots of loose rolling stock as well. I think the prices are very fair on these. These are very good quality as far as the rolling stock cars go, so I can't complain about the pricing there. We've got some more Rapido, Athearn Genesis, Walther's Proto, more Rapido, Bachmann in the mix as well. Some older train line, some Kato, looks like Amtrak. Walthers, we got some Hiawatha in the mix, so lots of Milwaukee stuff. Good amount of Rapido here. I really like Rapido. Very good quality rolling stock and locomotives. So we got some Athearn Genesis in the mix as well. Some Amtrak units. Some more Amtrak locomotives here. I really like those paint schemes. Got some Bowser. And various parts. Some soundtracks in there. Scenery, animals, people. More scenery, some Kato, Metra, and BN locomotives in the mix. There's a shot of that Metra unit up close. More Caterpillar. Got Woodland Scenics on the scene here as well. Got some reefers, Tropicana and Armin. So Tropicana and UP in the mix. Some more Rapido, some coal cars, more Tropicana, various random items, kind of like you would find in a garage sale or a thrift sale. And then the Hub City Central Model Railroad Club from Marshfield, Wisconsin. Thank you for coming. A good amount of signs. I'm really into signs. I did pick up that NS sign there. That was pretty sweet. Got a deal on that. Talked the vendor down a bit. You always got to haggle at these shows. There's no need to pay the full or list price if you don't have to. So I always try talking them down. They'll do deals with you, especially if you buy multiple items. I did pick up a Norfolk Southern magnet as well from this vendor. And I think a few hats. So they made a deal with me, and I was happy to bargain with them. So never pay full price at these shows, guys, if you don't have to. Some of the vendors will be flexible on prices, and some won't, and that's fine. So it's your money. You can spend it how you want it. So lots of Lionel here at this vendor. Lots of O-gauge. This locomotive was pretty sharp. Some more Lionel. Various locomotive prints for sale. So if you're into railroad prints, you can find those pretty much at any show. More O-gauge. More Lionel O-gauge. Some O-gauge steam locomotives and tenders. Some Santa Fe, always a popular railroad at train shows no matter where you go. I really like that chassis system gold unit. And then various scenery and signals for their O-gauge layouts. Got some N scale, it seems, here. More N scale. So a lot of different scales represented at this show. I'm into HO myself, but I like to check out everything. So they had all sorts of scales here for every different type of model railroader. And then a little diorama layout here. I believe in N scale. And then lots of hats. If you're into hats, they have a ton of hats at this show. I did pick up a Montana Rail Link and EMD hat from this vendor. They had pretty much every railroad covered. And various stickers and magnets, I think. Those are either stickers or magnets. More hats. UP, Rio Grande. Those are pretty cool. Rock Island, Santa Fe, BNSF, Burlington Northern, Frisco, Western Pacific, SP. So all the railroads covered, some N scale. More HO scale. Some more HO loose cars here. Some rolling stock. A little bit on the cheaper side. Some nice buildings here. A lot of Walthers Proto. So like to see that. Very detailed. This vendor had stacks upon stacks of the Walthers Proto line. So there's the prices on those. They also offered Walthers mainline, more budget friendly, but still very detailed rolling stock. Stacks upon stacks of these as well. As you can see, this vendor had quite a bit of rolling stock. Some HO Train Man in the mix as well here. So this vendor has a lot of Atlas rolling stock. Nice to see. I really liked this Wisconsin and Southern 53-foot boxcar. And not a bad price on it either for $21. I really should have grabbed this, but I forgot about it. More Atlas with the prices. And if I'm going too quickly here and you're not able to pick up the prices or description, just pause the video so you can get a better look. More Atlas, a nice selection of Atlas. Some more Cornerstone building kits. Some AccuReady, some Metal Train, some Bowser. Lots of Bowser. I actually picked up a road railer from this vendor. Bowser has really come a long way with their quality. It is outstanding nowadays. Not so much in the past, but they have definitely improved vastly. Some Woodlands scenery, people, various scenery here, some mini metals, and loose rolling stock. And then into this vendor's locomotives. Same with Bachmann. Their quality nowadays has really improved. They've also got some Lionel O-gauge here at this vendor's booth. And some more HO rolling stock. Some nice auto racks. And it looks like lumber loads. More Bowser. I don't know if those are hoppers or ore cars. And then some more Walthers mainline, Walthers Proto. More of that here with some Intermountain intermingled. Some Athearn as well. More HO scale rolling stock. And a lot more Atlas. So lots of rolling stock to choose from at this vendor. Got a Hiawatha here, a Bachmann. Looked like Bachmann anyways, I couldn't tell. And then various other loose locomotives and power. Again, in the comments, let me know what you think about the prices. Some older Atlas there. A Kato switcher. Milwaukee Road units. Lots of Milwaukee Road at this show. Like I said earlier, pretty typical for a Wisconsin Model Railroad show. And more of that here as well. Looks like some brass there, I believe. I'm not sure if those are brass, but the price is definitely saying that that very well could be. And then some smaller scales. Various locomotives and power units. And some, I believe this is N-scale rolling stock. And more of that continuing on. And then we've got some tractor trailers here with some Concore below. More Concore here with prices. A really nice Rock Island passenger train. Just a little under 200 bucks for that. Some Walthers N-scale well cars. We got a BLI kit there. This is pretty cool. Rio Grande trailer. Athearn ready to roll. More trailers here. And various rolling stock with some Scene Master trailers. Various loose HO scale rolling stock. Good prices. I really like when you can see everything laid out like this with the price. A lot of the vendors do have to stack their boxes though, just due to the sheer volume of products that they bring with them to shows. So completely understandable. It is really nice to get a visual like this though, and be able to see what you're looking at and the prices. So up next here, we're going to take a look at the Waupaca Area Model Railroaders layout from Waupaca, Wisconsin. 60 years of fun and service. So nice to see that. Thank you for coming. So let's take a look at their layout. We've got a Canadian Pacific, looks like a ore train here, or maybe it's a mixed freight manifest. Got some real nice country scenery here with really green grass and nice trees. A really nice bridge and a river running underneath it. So really nice detail there in the water. Continuing on along the country scenery. Very nice track detail, nice ballast work. I really like the power poles. And then a nice scenery down here below. Very nice attention to detail. Looks like this is called Nelson's Siding. And a really nice trestle bridge there. Moving along, we've got some fall colors here. I really like the fall colors in the trees. It really adds a nice variety and a really nice contrasting color to the layout. And that continues on here. If you're interested in taking a look at this, please just pause the video. We are moving along for time's sake, so you can just pause the video and read these if you want. So they put out some literature about their club and the history. Here we have Custer. Very nice fall colors as well, with the river continuing on and a very nice bridge. Those trees are fantastic with the colors, in my opinion. It really breaks up the green. So, and then a nice picture of one of their signs calling out their club and the layout, and some more information about them. Continuing on the layout, we've got a Canadian National train here. Looks like an intermodal train making the bend here along the layout. Very nice train. And we've got some more forest here. Very nice detail work on these trees. I really like the scenery on this layout. Very nicely done. We've got a bunch of ore cars. It looks like a staging yard here. Some sort of staging yard. And again, our Canadian Pacific train passing by the camera as it makes its way along the layout. We're going to follow it a bit here, past the yard. Got some more CN locomotives and power there in the background. Here we have Stevens Point, so our exact location today. We've got some Sioux Line locomotives there, various industry, various trains tied down. Very nice detail work on the buildings. We've got a depot here, it looks like, with some passengers waiting for a train. and more rolling stock and CN power just tied down along the layout. More various industry. Very nice. The road work is also very nice. I really like the grade crossings. Moving along, we've got some farm scenery here with a farm, a barn, a farmhouse. Looks like they've won some awards here in the past, so we'll take a look at those. Again, feel free to pause the video and take a closer look. And then various farm industry here with a big farmer's field, more barns, another farmhouse, and then a little bit of a residential area here with more various trees and forest scenery. And then it looks like we're getting into the city here now. So a nice water tower, nice vehicles, not too many vehicles. I don't like when they put too many vehicles on a layout. It seems to just add clutter. So really nicely done here by Wapaka and their club. And then a passing passenger train. Moving along, we have the Rhinelander Railroad Association from Rhinelander, Wisconsin. So let's take a look at their layout here for the Rhinelander Club. Very nice track detail, nice ballast work. We've got a little pond here, it looks like, and a little park. Lots of vehicles, working signals. Got some decent road work here. It looks like almost like real asphalt. And then a passing steam train. So it looks like they're going with a little bit older of an era here. Nice coloring, nice building work. So thanks for coming out to the show, to the Rhinelander Club. We appreciate you guys making the trip down to Stevens Point. And then it looks like we've got a rear shove here with some boxcars. Another steam locomotive. So it looks like the Rhinelander Club, looks like they like to model steam, which is pretty cool. Various industries here. We've got a water tower for their steam trains. Another little park scenery here with a little pond, very nice. Nice LED lighting inside the buildings, very nice detail touch. So that's the Rhinelander Association, their Model Railroad Club. So check them out. Another steam train passing by. Mixed freight train. More various trains staged along the layout. This is their access point to go back and forth between the center of the layout and the outside like us. Another nice park scenery here with an American flag with a nice thank you. That's pretty cool. I really like this this outdoor auditorium. So that's pretty neat. I really like that. Very nice detail work on the trees. They add various different seasons. So we have a winter scene here. Very cool. Got some Christmas trees with some Christmas tree lights, and there looks like a fire pit as well with the lights going. Looks like a real fire. And a steam train passing by the winter scene. So very nice layout here from the folks at Rylander. And then we're looking at another layout here with various scenes and different scenery. This one here I believe is N scale. And I didn't catch what club or organization this layout was with, but very nice detail going on here. Also some items for sale, continuing on. N scale, I like that Tropicana. I actually have one of those as a Christmas ornament. If you're not into N scale, they do make very good Christmas ornaments, and most of the time a lot cheaper than Hallmark. So I do buy N scale here and there for various Christmas ornaments. I do have that Tropicana reefer on my Christmas tree, so pretty cool. Now we're going to take a look at the Hub City Central Model Railroad Club from Marshfield, Wisconsin. Thank you guys for coming out. So starting on the layout here, very nice track work, good ballast work, and overall nice scenery work with the trees, the grass, the water. Really nice road work as well. They brought this sign along, which was pretty cool, with working and flashing lights. Very nice touch. Back to the layout, nice country scenery. It's not a Wisconsin model railroad if you don't have a Culver's. Lots of vehicles. Also have got a KFC. Those are very popular on layouts, it seems. And then here we've got a BNSF locomotive running light power, a grade crossing. Lots of detail work on the grade crossing, like the signals. They've also got a Burger King, that's pretty cool. There's a Pizza Hut as well. Looks like your 1990s era Pizza Hut. Definitely brings back some memories for me. And then it looks like as well a 90s era McDonald's. And then various industries as well. Looks like a depot there. So very nice buildings. Got some Sioux Power sitting here. Looks like a yard or various industry. Nice weathering on the locomotives. Gotta love the weathering. I really like when people take the time to weather their rolling stock, their locomotives, and their layout in general. It adds so much detail. So nice touch here, guys, at the Hub City Model Railroad Club. And then a nice turn here with various industry. Really like their track work. Some buildings you can see inside as well, giving you a sneak peek. And various residential and city scenery here. So very detailed buildings. These guys have a really nice touch with the scenery and adding various industry. This looks like some lumber here, some lumber loads. So lots going on with this layout. Again, the Hub City Central Model Railroad Club. So that's going to be the end of the Exhibit Hall 1. There was 2 halls at this show. So we're going to go check out hall number 2. Looks like it's called Sands. Another shot of the lobby. And then we enter room number 2. Also pretty good sized in this room. Mostly layouts, but a few vendors as well. So, some pictures of the vendors. Various cars, railroad stuff, Coca-Cola memorabilia, other vendors as well. Some more locomotives. Some Wisconsin and Southern Power here. O-gauge. Various HO scale. More HO scale. I tried to get pictures with everything, including prices. They've got some model paints here. Various rolling stock. The Green Bay, Wisconsin Club was here as well. And then a good section here of model car kits. I really like these. Lots of AMT and Revell. Their earlier stuff that's hard to find nowadays. So a nice selection of those with some pretty good prices. Lots of muscle cars, trucks. '70s era, '60s, '50s era. Some Camaros. And then also some finished models in cases. So now we'll take a look at the Overland Western Lines layout. Overland Western Lines, here we go. Looks like a depot or some sort of building there. Got a Sioux line switcher. Wisconsin Central Power with a nice flashing beacon light. Adds a very nice touch. So right out of the gate, looks like this one is going to be Wisconsin Railroads. A staging yard with looks like a BNSF train rolling by with a BN unit leading the charge. Also some BNSF and Santa Fe power in there on this mixed manifest train. Looks like they've also got some mid-train DPUs. with some BNSF power. I really like that BNSF H1 unit. That's pretty sharp. Looks like the second half of this train is coal cars. Various city industry, high rises, an overpass there for the train line, underpass for traffic. Various buildings and structures, some food trucks it looks like. Those are gaining popularity nowadays, the food trucks. And then a countryside landscape with a nice bridge, water scene. A farm up there on the hill with a farmhouse. So very nice scenery work on this layout so far. We've got various industries here. Looks like some sort of a steel factory. And our train passing by again here. Nice detail work on the grade crossings and the roads. Very nice detail on the water scenery as well. Very nice bridge there. Nice signals. Looks like an interlocking tower of some sort. And then some steel industry. They've got the liquid metal rolling stock here with a switcher. So I'm assuming a steel plant. More buildings, more signals. Another interlocking tower. Very detailed. Another nice water scene here. Nice trees, not too many trees, but just enough. So, overland western lines. Another random layout there. And then we had this gentleman from Schaefer Station. Looks like he was selling some books. And other various things. We've got some Chicago and Northwestern, Metra, more C&W and Metra displays here. With a nice little diorama and a Metra train. So pretty cool. I've seen that at various shows. This display travels well, so you'll see this at various shows in the Midwest. Very cool. Thank you for coming. And then we have the Capital City Engineers. So this layout here is N scale. So we'll take a look at the layout here now. Pretty big staging yard. Got the club members giving information. Various industry and city. We've got a west scene here, like you would see in the southwest US, with the historic Route 66. Little fuel farm. Looks like an engine house here with some Southern Pacific locomotives. So I'm assuming a diesel shop. Another SP locomotive. So something out west there. Continuing on with that theme here, got a passing train Getting more into like a Midwest scene, it looks like. And then here they show you the different seasons you can model. You got winter, fall, spring, summer. A really nice example of different seasons that you can model on your layout. So a really nice touch there. And then they've got some various lit up displays. Looks like a jellyfish that lights up. And then more Midwest scenery. Here's their access point to and from their layout. So they can go inside and outside of the layout with that access point. Nice backdrop scenery. The backdrop really adds a nice touch to the detail. Very realistic. Also got a Pizza Hut and McDonald's. Very nice track work, nice scenery. The roads are nice. This looks like the circus is in town. So a large crowd at the circus, very nice on the tents. I really like that. Very nice detail. Looks like a church in the background. And then getting into the city landscape. And this part here, we have a roundhouse and turntable. It almost looks unfinished, so I am sure there is more to come there. We've got Junction City Model Railroad in the background. Not a whole lot going on with that, so we're going to skip it. And then we've got the Wisconsin and Michigan Model Railroad Club. And their theme is the Iron Range. I've seen this layout numerous times. It's very nice. I really like the detail here and that they modeled the Iron Range. So we've got a bunch of ore cars, city, landscape, an overpass. And then in the background we've got a Union Pacific coal train passing by. Here comes our coal train again, and a lot of ore cars. Very nice detail on this layout. Nice trees. I really like the rock landscape. Very nice color and detail to the rock. And now we've got two trains moving. So our coal train and our ore train are both moving along the layout here. A really nice country landscape here for scenery. Some information about the club and the layout. Again, very nice detail work on the rocks. And then we've got a big quarry here. I really love their quarry. Very nice detail. A little farm scene there with a Burlington Northern train passing by on the middle track. So lots going on this layout. We've got some grain towers in the background as well. Lots of different industries going on. A staging area here. And then we move into their intermodal section of the layout. I really like those weathered Maersk containers. Not like mine, of course, because mine are the best. But I really like their weathering on the Maersk containers. And then moving along, various industry here. Looks like a coal train. passing by. A lot of their members are hanging out and interacting with those who attended the show, so that's always nice to see. And then we've got a turntable here with a lot of locomotives, a little roundhouse for service work, a residential area, a better look at the roundhouse and the power, and then again our Burlington Northern train passing by. Looks like a mixed freight. And even some switching action going on in the background. So we appreciate you guys having a lot of trains running on your layout so we can film it and others can see it. Looks like a Best in Show award, so congratulations. Again, appreciate you coming out and attending this show today. And here is our Union Pacific train making another pass. So a very nice layout, very nice detail to the scenery, a lot going on. I see this layout at numerous shows, so we appreciate them traveling quite a bit. And we'll see you soon. Again, this is the Wisconsin and Michigan Model Railroad Club.
Right. Well, we want to do it. Yeah, come here.
All right, guys. So we were there for quite a bit, I think 3 hours or longer. I was not expecting it to be that large of a show, so a pleasant surprise, I must say. Didn't buy a whole lot. I spent under $100 today, which is a success. When you're into model railroading, you can't beat that. We'll cover that later, but overall I was really impressed with the show. Had 2 exhibit halls in the convention center. One was mostly sales, buy and trade, new and used. Good amount of HO scale, which is nice. A lot of O gauge. Seems to be the case lately, a lot of O gauge, but yeah. Room 1 was for sale, and room number 2 was mostly layouts with a few more booths. So that's gonna be a wrap on the Stevens Point, Wisconsin Model Railroad and Train Show. If you made it this far, thank you for watching the video until the end. I hope you enjoyed the show, and maybe you'll attend it in the future. Let me know what you thought about the show in the comments. Was there a good amount to look at? What'd you think about the prices, the variety of items for sale? Would you attend this show in the future? And should I go back next year? So here's some information on the screen about the show. Give this video a like, leave me a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It's free and helps me make a few dollars. So definitely subscribe, and we'll see you next time.